I'm searching for life again.
You know I miss you, right? You seem like crazy, Avery. Now, I don't want you to haunt me like Cam did Ryan. No offense, Cam. But seriously, I miss you. I finally took off the ring. That little bitch didn't want to come off. I'm just gonna let you know that now. It did not want to come off, but I know you wouldn't want me to take it off a long time ago. Avery, I know Byron's in jail. But there's something in me that still wants to go to Tracy and just beat her ass. But growth, right? Growth and therapy.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright. A new start, right?
Right. A new start.
Falling off like paint, like the sun, breaking through like rays. It feels like magic dust from space. It's like a thrill that fills my heart. I'm searching for life again. I'm searching for a new.
What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. This might be a long video, I'm not sure, but I am here to talk to you guys, or to let's have a discussion virtually, okay, about BB24. Now, if you've watched me for any period of years, I started really getting into Big Brother, I'd say season 17, 18-ish. I'm horrible with memory, so if I ever were to be blessed to be on the Big Brother show, the memory games would be a challenge for me. But I want to say that I started watching with the dude that was with the beautiful chick. There were two gorgeous people. And like his mission, the guy's mission was to get like one of the all-stars out of the house or something like that. What was his name? Oh, I can't remember his name, but it was Jessica and the boy and the guy. And like, I think I started watching the season prior to that. I don't know what number that is. Maybe 16, 17, I don't know. I've been watching Big Brother for a while. And if I remember the people's names, it's because they were my like all-time favorites. I remember Davon. Davon loves the Mona Simone character that I created and told me years back that I should audition for the show. I never did. But I remember Davon. I remember Bailey. I remember Swaggy. I remember Tiffany. I remember Xavier. I remember seems horrible, doesn't it? It seems really horrible that all the people that I remember. So we just gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. But I love the show though. It's horrible. That's horrible. Hey, listen, we adopt similar connections despite our differences. I think the biggest thing that people don't realize about Big Brother is that it's a clear depiction on America today and in the past, okay? There are a lot, it seems like there are a lot of baby boomers, okay, in Big Brother. And there really isn't, because you have some, let me get the technical term right. Let me get the technical term right, babe, because you have some, where are they? You have some Gen X folks in here. You have some millennials. You definitely have some Gen Z folk in here. But it seems like they're all of the boomers or silent generation, okay? And the reason why I say that is because they're not proactive or forward thinking in their mindset. A lot of these individuals aren't, right? So much has happened in the Big Brother house the first week, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it, a lot of bit about it maybe, but I definitely want to go through my notes to talk about the edited version of the show first, and then we could dive a little deeper into what's been happening on the live feeds and how everyone is so poor Taylor, right? I have everybody here on my computer so that I can make sure that I'm aware of who I'm talking about or what's going on, because, you know, I'm not going to be able to remember everybody's name, but I want to start with the have-nots. Now, Monty, Joseph, oh, I'm doing good. Joseph, Michael, and there's one other guy. Joseph, Monty, and Kyle all nominate themselves to be the have-nots, to go in the have-not room. Looking at this core group of dudes, I'm like, oh, okay, these guys look pretty stacked. You got Monty, you got Joseph, Michael, okay. And then you got Kyle. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be pretty interesting. All the guys are like, I'll do it. And I feel like it was a way for them to save face. Right off the rip, this is what I'm gathering. It was a way for them to save face so that the head of household, Sir Daniel, doesn't say, oh, let me throw this have-not up on the block because he's not helping me out, getting blood, not to get blood on my hands or whatever. Let me throw them on the block. No. In these people's minds, I'm thinking, hey, they're thinking, in my mind, I'm like, they're being a team player. They're showing the head of household that they can be a team player. And so why would you get rid of a team player in your dire need so you don't get any blood on your hands? I got you. That's what I'm gathering from why the 4 dudes said, I'll do it. Mind you, none of the backstagers could nominate themselves to be in the have-not room. So that's what we got. We go to the have-not room, and to be honest, it's not given like horrible. I've slept on my hardwood floor with just one little, well, not one, but like a couple of blankets under me. The floor is still the floor, right? I've had my neck support pillow that sometimes has been awkward, and before I got that neck support pillow, which by the way, if you wake up with headaches, you need to get a neck support pillow, okay? I got mine from Amazon. Oh my God, it saved my entire blood pressure in life, okay? And I don't wake up with headaches anymore. But anyways, before I got my neck support pillow, I would always be like cramped and, uncomfortable situations is what I'm trying to say. And so immediately when I see the inflatable situations, I'm like, maybe that's not too bad. Maybe. I don't know. Joe's like, I got the slide. Right away, everybody's like loving everybody. Everybody's getting along. I'm catching vibes. It's like, just seems like the energy is good. The energy is palpable. I'm here for it. Right after that, Nicole talks to Daniel. They call each other their number ones right out the gate. And he says she's her final 2. They love each other over their hair and, other similarities that they gathered by visual stimulation of the eye, right? I'm not going to front. I saw Daniel. I said he would be my road dog, especially because he won HOH and I want to be in company of competitors. And then I looked at Nicole and was like, I think Nicole would be cool, even though she's a cop and I don't really like cops. She'd be cool because she'd be cooking for me. And we of the same, well, I'm about to be 41, but we're the same age, So in my mind, I'm like, I would have been all the way up in that little treehouse situation with the 2 of them. In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. And so they were thinking the same thing I was thinking. And they're like, twinsies, we're going to the final no matter what. It's us. Let's do this like Brutus. They call themselves the Rogue Rats. And, Daniel's explanation is that they're going to go rogue. They're leaving the rest of the house behind. It's just him and her. And they're not going to tell anybody about their alliance until the very end. And they're going to say that they're going from rats to riches. I was like, okay, this is a little corny, but okay. Alyssa and Paloma says that there are snakes already in the house. Alyssa says we have to be friends with the HOH. Alyssa says, we have to make a final two right now. And, you know, they are on the backstage situation together. That's how they're connecting. And Paloma, when homegirl leaves the room, when Alyssa leaves the room, Paloma hides behind the bed. Now, child. Alyssa is 24 and Paloma is 22. I want to say she's 22. Did I get it right? Let me see if I'm getting it right. Paloma is 20. Oh, I got so much to say about these people. Paloma is 22, okay? When Chada was in the house last summer, she was 21. Age ain't nothing but a number, okay? Age ain't nothing but a number. But Paloma is 22 and Alyssa is 24, okay? I'm trying to figure out how we making final twos right out the gate. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know these people from a hole in the wall, but I don't know these people more than a can of paint. You know, I don't know these people. So why am I saying that I'm about to be in a final two with you and I don't even know your last name. I don't know if you got a brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you crap standing up or sitting down. I know nothing about you. So I'm already solidifying a final two with you? Not really. That would have been my move. But everyone's moving really, really fast in this house. And how quickly we forget how things change fast in this house. Okay? Okay. Move on. We get to Taylor. Taylor is playing pool with the guys to get in with them. You know, it's always a guy's game during Big Brother. It always is, no matter what. Even with the cookout. How fantastic that alliance was. When it became 3-on-3, 3 women and 3 men, they were evenly, and just as quickly divided. The women wanted the women to win, and the men clearly wanted the men to win. It happens. It's human nature. You walk into a house party, you don't see anyone like you, you're uncomfortable. If you don't see anyone that looks like you, you're going to go to the first thing that resembles you, and that's men. If I go into a house party and ain't no black people, I'm like, okay, immediately, there's some guys over there. Do they look eclectic enough? Do they look like they like entertainment, or do they just look like they like sports? Oh, they look like they like sports. Let me find. Oh, he's playing a video game? Let me go over there. That's how the human mind works. We're attracted to what we like, okay? And what we find similar and comforting, okay? Same thing for women. I'll even go a little further. No black people. Okay, wait a minute. They like sports? Nah. Video games? But what are they talking about? Women? Okay, over here. Okay, what are they talking about? They like boys? Okay, maybe I'll go there. It's the world we live in. It's that herd mentality, that sheep mentality. It just is what a TI is. And if you are here saying that that's not the case for you, hey, God bless you. Okay, you're a strong one. But that's how the Big Brother house is always played. Always. Anyways, so Taylor playing pool with the guys, I think is smart. But at the same time, she's making self-conscious people be self-conscious. She's making people that aren't confident in who they are second-guess themselves. Why is that beautiful woman over there playing with the guys? Is she on the guy's side or is she on the girl's side? That mentality, because she's a woman, she should be with the women. Why? Because the men, through Big Brother's history, always roll together. And they always end up getting themselves to the end. So the women are already in their herd mentality saying that because Taylor's a woman, she should be with them. That's how they're thinking. But my mind would tell me, baby, I want to get to know everybody. How y'all doing? Why you so quiet? You all right? You cool? Can I invade your space? Let's rap a taste. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get to know everybody in this situation. Not in real life. Because in real life, I ain't trying to be bothered by most. Okay? But if I'm purposely putting myself in the Big Brother fire, baby, I need to know all y'all. Okay, what's your baby's name? Okay, you got a poodle. Oh, I wish I could see pictures of her. But we can't because we don't have no phone. What's her name? Oh, Schnucklebutt. Oh, that's a gorgeous name, girl. Yeah. And I don't give two Fs. You hear me? Two Fs. But that's what you have to do. But because these women are confident in who they are, they're saying that Taylor is too confident and they need to dial her back some. Okay, I'm cool with everybody at this point except for Paloma right out the gate. I said it was something off about her. I said I thought I would love Jazzy, but that don't seem to be the case. And I said it was something about Alyssa, whatever. But Alyssa and Paloma in particular. Paloma, baby, she is what? Moving on. Paloma said out her mouth that Taylor uses her beauty to lure the men and she doesn't like it. That's a person that has no confidence in themselves. With another woman in the room. With a woman that can visually take over the man's eye, Paloma is discouraged, uncomfortable. She's imbalanced around Taylor. It is what it is. It's clear as day. Clear as day. But it happens. It's human nature. For a lot of y'all. Not me. Because I've been around people that would be considered up here, and I've been around people that will be considered lower than that. Based on the social constructs of the world. Let's not act like we don't know what they are. And no matter what, I always hold my own. And I don't let anyone's movement move me. Okay? So, I'm with Taylor getting to know the guys. Why is she getting to know the guys? Because the guys run, baby. Big Brother, they run it. The girls ain't running it. Child, you can look at them and say they ain't running nothing. All the girls is in the backstage passes. And none of the women won. So who am I going to get to know? The dudes. Makes sense to me. I mean, Taylor would have been having to get to know me, though, because I would have been HOH. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But her talking about her beauty, using her, I don't know, that was a bit too much. Battery died. We about to get back to this. Okay, Taylor is with the boys. Paloma mentions Taylor is with the boys and Nicole is with the boys, but they target Taylor. Okay, so the women are having their powwow. Again, human mentality is all the women together, not one dude in sight, okay? The women are having a powwow. Come on, camera, get me in there. Get me in there. Are having a powwow with each other while all the men and Taylor, and Nicole's off somewhere, off to the side, or maybe she's watching, I don't know. But all of the men and Taylor are upstairs playing pool or whatever. All the women are downstairs complaining, okay? And they ain't socializing. They campaigning in the first week. None of them chicks won a damn thing, and they campaigning. For what? Okay, whatever. And so, Paloma mentions that Taylor is with the boys and Nicole is with the boys too, but they target Taylor. They don't, and not in this conversation. Now, I don't know if the live feeds they mention Nicole, but they don't mention Nicole not one bit. They only mention Taylor. Okay? Again, feeding the insecurity of it all. Miss 22-year-old Paloma Aguilar. And all of the women in this particular moment, right? Paloma says Taylor was born a pageant girl out of the vagina. Wow. What's wrong, sis? Why do you have a problem with Taylor being a pageant girl? Why does anyone have a... It's like, she should have said that she was a pageant girl. She should have said that because, statistically speaking, pageant girls are known for being egotistical maniacs. And no one likes them. I never knew that. See, here's the thing. My issue with Taylor in the very beginning, my prejudice issue, my prejudging issue with Taylor in the very beginning was that she would come across overbearingly confident for no reason. Right? As soon as she came on the screen, I was like, okay, this is about to be one of them. I didn't write her off, but I prejudged her. We all do it, okay? We all do it. Stop. Don't say you don't. We all do it. And I had those vibes because I've been around women that just give that, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, yeah. You know, it happens. It's life. But I wasn't going to write her off, though. There were two reasons why I was going to, well, multiple reasons. But two reasons why I wasn't going to write her off. Well, three. One, because I don't give a damn how confident she believes that she is. She ain't beating me. And that's just on period. So I ain't about to feel inferior around her because I'm about to win HOH. Okay? Second reason, I wouldn't have been bothered. And you know, it would have made me come in her direction. When she did that strut across the grass, going to the to her section at the first competition, I would have been like, yes, sis, yes, ma. You better do her. What? Girl, you better act like you know. I would have gave it all of that. I would have gave it all of that, baby, because I could walk too. I could walk too. You ain't doing nothing but walking. We all walked in here. You know what I'm saying? I felt like all the women was looking at her when she strutted across the thing and gave her, you know, girl, I would have gave it too, girl. What you talking? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? That would have been me. Okay? And then the third one, baby, we both fine. So her being beautiful ain't got nothing to do with me, ain't got nothing to do with my beautiful. Because, baby, we both fine. And to be quite honest, I can pull everybody up in here, just like she can. So I wouldn't feel inferior to her. I would just get to know her to make sure, like, sis, what's up? What side you on, ma? And it would have been stemming from the color conversation, because it is what a TI is. Where you at, ma? I want to know where you at. What's going on? How you feeling? And then we talking about the game because I want to know if you're going to be a liability or you're going to allow me to have the ability. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to ride this till the wheels fall off. Because I ain't riding it with no Azza. I love Azza, but Azza wasn't winning nothing. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You got to win something for me to be like, you my road dog. You know what I'm saying? All these people making ones and twos and twoing it up. And all of them losers, except for Daniel. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's like, I can't, I don't know if you might, but I want to see who the next HOH is. Let me deuce it up with him. You know what I'm saying? But these people don't know what they're doing. They claim to be, you know, fans and watching the show, but they don't know what they're doing. That's why they need me on this show. That's why they need me on this show. Right? Anyway, that whole, but let me get back to that comment. That whole born out of the vagina thing, that was so tasteless. I was like, and she did it with like disgust. She was like, it's born out of the vagina. And mom was like, you're gonna be a pageant girl. You mad cause you're, girl. Amira says she doesn't want the guys to win because they always win. They do. Paloma says we will manipulate the men. Will you, Paloma? Okay. Mind you, these women are in this room conspiring against a whole flock of dudes and Taylor. Keep that in mind, that they have already decided to stereotypically play Big Brother right out the gate. Right out the gate. Through manipulation, which is deep-rooted in lies. Okay. Right out the gate. The girls make an alliance and call it Girls. Whack. They set it up to be anti-Taylor. Okay, the setup to be anti-Taylor is being made. That's what I wrote. The edit is displaying why these people are running into this particular problem with Taylor. The edit is telling the story as to what's leading up to these inferior-minded people going against Taylor. All right. Amira, Alyssa, and Kyle. Alyssa says Newark is the happiest place on earth, and she says, okay, I don't know where she got that from. Newark doesn't sound like Denmark. Where is she from? Let me look. She's from Sarasota, Florida. Okay. Amira talks to Paloma. Okay, Amira. I said this. I said this, and I said this in the beginning. I did my first video. Go check that out. I said that I have a feeling that Amira is not gonna like Taylor. I said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. Amira talks to Daniel. She wants Monty, Kyle, Michael, and Joseph to go. She says they volunteered not to be not to just be cool, but to not be put on the block. That's why they volunteered to be the have-not. Amira says, I'll back you up whatever decision you make. Who are you to back me up, girl? You didn't win anything. You lost. Aren't you a no, is she a back? No, she's not a backstager. But you lost. What are you offering? You gonna back me up with what? And Daniel, I'm shocked. I'm thinking Daniel is that dude. Clearly he isn't. He's allowing these, how old is Amira? 31? Is she 30? Okay. Who's HOH? These women are running Daniel's HOH. Okay. Okay. Michael wants to do more listening, but then he goes and asks Daniel, does he want to talk? Daniel says, you could come to my room and talk if you want to come to my room and talk. What? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You ain't talking to me. Well, Michael would have been talking to me because I would have been an HOH. Michael would have been talking to me. He said, if you want to talk, you come up to my room. And Michael went up there. Michael wants to do more listening. Okay, anyways. Paloma and Jasmine talk. They talk about the tattoo that, Paloma got on her. She said it stands for something righteous. I'm like, girl, that's a lie. She talks about how her grandma had cancer, and she, I think she going through cancer or might die or did die. I don't know. Yeah, she did die. I think they did. I was tuned out. I know so much about Paloma and how she's trying to run this game. I'm like completely tuned out to what she has to say. I'm not catering I'm not adopting similar connections despite our differences with her, because she's a walking contradiction. She's a literal hypocrite in caps. So she's sitting here having this moment with Jazzy and Jasmine. I don't know if I like her yet, so I'm not gonna call her Jazzy. With Jasmine about the people that they've lost, okay? And Jasmine's a culprit too, so I'm not really feeding into the bull-ish, okay? Jasmine says he told her to give them hell. I hope she does, because she ain't win shit yet. Okay. Michael goes to speak to Daniel, and Taylor and Jasmine were there. They leave the room. Okay. Which is interesting because, Daniel in the live feeds and then the Twitter feeds, recapping the live feeds, Daniel's like, oh, Taylor never spoke game to me, or whatever the case may be. But Taylor was in the room with you and Jasmine. Don't know what y'all spoke about because I didn't see it on the live. But clearly y'all were up there talking. I don't know. I could be wrong. Right? Michael says, anytime I win, you will be safe. Daniel pegs Michael. This is where Daniel was actually smart. And says that because Michael told Daniel that he was a super fan, he automatically knew how he would potentially play the game. And BB Brother history, stereotypically, the first person to enter the house is never a winner. And so purposely, Michael held the door open for his four to walk in the house. And Daniel said he pegged that when he walked past Michael, and then from then knew that Michael was a super fan. So Daniel was already against Michael for that particular reason. Okay. You can have whatever reason you want to go against somebody in Big Brother, I guess, Kyle says he was sheltered with no diversity in his family. His family was religious, very religious in Utah. Joseph says his family was mostly Muslim, but his stepmom was Christian. They watched the show together. He's doing this for representation to be the second Arab on Big Brother. Representation is important to him. We will see how this affects the game overall. because I believe that Joseph was involved in some conversations regarding the hate train, the Taylor hate train. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Jasmine and Terrence talk about nominations. He says he doesn't feel like he fit. He doesn't talk game with Daniel. Jasmine says married people need to stick together. But then in her post-confessional interview is like, yeah, I don't want to stick together with the married people. I need to protect myself. Again, right out the gate, lies are being spilled left and right. Right out the gate. Okay? Paloma speaks to Daniel and says, how are you doing? This Paloma chick is smart. She knows how to play. Like, she knows who to play and who not to play with. She know that. Paloma says Taylor is a question mark. She says that she doesn't know if I trust her. Paloma throws Taylor under the bus to Daniel because she isn't a girl's girl. Daniel doesn't know what to do with his own HOH. These young people are telling him how to play his game. Yeah, they are. Backstage people can't be nominated. Michael and Terrence were nominated. He nominated them because they didn't speak game to him or little to no game to him. Okay, this seems cute, but we already know what's happening in this house. Michael ends up winning veto. Spoiler alert, Michael ends up winning veto, and he's going to take himself off veto. It's clear as day. There's no way you're not going to take yourself off veto. His replacement is going to be, Taylor. What's been happening in the house is that all of this hidden discussion, under your breath discussion about Taylor not being a girl's girl and playing boo-boo kitty with the men and partnering up with the men has gotten out of control. These women, either they feel like, I was about to say something. Let me not do that. Okay. These women are not secure enough to be in a house when there's a Taylor. There needed to be like all Taylors in the house for them to come together and understand each other. But these women are so, they're not it. They can't stand Taylor because of her beauty, because of her poise, because of her confidence, because of her personality and how she is, her tone, whatever. Mind you though, I'm not gonna hold you. These were all things that I felt would be potential issues for her. As soon as I saw her on the screen, I already knew how people would perceive her because right off rip, that's how I perceived her. But the difference is I would have allowed her to prove me right or wrong based on my prejudice. And that would have determined how I would have handled her. But Taylor, to be honest, me and Taylor would have been kikiing, not unless she don't like gay dudes. If she don't like gay men, then we would have had a problem. But we would have been kikiing, and her and I would have been talking junk to, would have been just going back and forth. I wouldn't have called her my number 2 because she ain't winning putting on the earring challenge. How you a pageant queen or a queen period and you don't know how to put on damn earrings? What? It just missed me with that. It missed me with that. And then a lot of y'all, not a lot of y'all, but somebody in the comments told me that Matt Turner is not a good person apparently, and he's known for throwing around the N-word. That's what people put in my video. He spews a lot of hatred or whatever the case may be. I had my red flags was flapping with him too. I said it in my first video. It is what it is. But Paloma. So here's the Cliff Note version. It was overheard by Taylor. Paloma was talking to Alyssa and or Jasmine, one of the two or both of them, about how the girls need to focus on getting the strong men out of the house. Taylor, being the queen that she is, and being the queen that she is, decides to go to Monty to give him the heads up. Okay? Clearly, Monty thinks that Taylor is beautiful. Taylor thinks that Monty is fine. I know they've had to have a 1 or 2 conversation about this because they mentioned it in the post-confessionals. And I feel like Taylor is going to Monty because of some sense of connection that she feels she has with him right off rip to disclose what she overheard Paloma say. Okay? Now, she didn't mention Paloma's name. I don't think. I don't know how she worded it. But she basically just said, hey, the girls are plotting and you might be a potential threat to them because you are a beast of a guy. Or something along them lines. I'm paraphrasing. So Monty then takes his half butt behind to Paloma and snitches and says that Taylor said that you were trying to get me out of the house. And generally speaking, that is true. But specifically speaking, I don't recall Paloma mentioning Monty specifically. Now, Amira, yes, Amira has, but I don't know what Paloma has mentioned. I don't watch the live feeds. I don't know. Paloma said that Taylor is a bold-faced lie, okay? And Monty just goes on and believes Paloma. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. Y'all didn't tell me why Monty just straight up believed Paloma over Taylor. Y'all didn't tell me that. But what ends up happening is the situation that happened between Taylor, Monty, and Paloma gets spread throughout the house because Paloma spreads it throughout the house. And it creates an air in the house, a stench in the house that follows Taylor all over the house. And from that comes, you know, the bad the bad words toward her, the shunning her, the ostracizing her, the microaggressions, the clear racism, the divide, the colorism, all of that plays a role into how Taylor is being treated right now. All of that does. And it sucks. It really does. Everything, and it to be honest, okay, now a lot of people may not be able to adopt similar connections despite our differences, but it sucks on multiple levels. It sucks on the black level because Monty is black, and I feel like he could have handled the conversation with Taylor a bit differently. Mind you, I'm not seeing the feed, so just by way of what everyone's saying. I feel like Paloma, if she wasn't as insecure as she is at 22, could have handled this situation a little different. I feel like Taylor shouldn't have said anything, and I feel like she shouldn't have said anything because she doesn't know anybody in that house. And they've only been there, a couple days, and the first week, and like trying to tell people secrets and da da da. It should. I just feel like it shouldn't have been done. The focus first week one should have been getting to know people. Should have been not rubbing people the wrong way. You got to get a feel for people, because if your plate of food is filled with nothing but hot sauce, nobody's gonna eat it. So you got to play the field a little bit, get to know people, and play it safe. Okay, vibe with everybody. Even if you don't see the vibe with everybody. Right? It's possible for you to do that. First week one, that's the job of Big Brother. So I feel like we're gonna stack it like this. I feel like Taylor. I wanted Taylor to play her hand better. Okay. Monty should have played his hand better in dealing with Taylor. And then I'm not gonna hold Paloma, but she's a fellow chick, so that's where I'm gonna put Paloma at. Okay? I'm gonna put Paloma there, right? And the reason why I'm putting Taylor first is because Monty's not up, Jasmine's not up, Amira's not up, or even thought of. They're all three black. Okay? Terrence is up because even Terrence said he's not vibing or speaking to people. And even on the live feeds, he said that he, don't know why he's here, right? And then Taylor is already dividing herself from the women or whatever, and her energy she's a full plate of hot sauce, and people can't take it right now. It is what it is. You got to know who you are as a person when you walk into a group full of people to know how to read those group of people to decide how you need to be. I'm not always on 10 when I come around people. I got to fill y'all out. Y'all not going to get 100% Wes every time you see Wes. I need to fill you out. And that's just how I am naturally in life. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I felt like it's Taylor, then Monty. We just had the freaking cookout, bruh. We just had the cookout. And even in the cookout, there was divide because you had Big D going hard for Tiffany, wanting her out the house and calling her all out her name, right? Clearly there was friction there. And there was a moment where Big D and Ozzy were going after each other. And Kylan and Tiffany were going after each other. You know what I'm saying? So even then it happened in the cookout, but they lasted. They made it all the way to the end until we're just 6. And that's when they split up men versus women. But I felt like right after the cookout, Monty, like, what's going on? What's going on? You cannot watch Big Brother as a black person and feel like there's not a problem. You just can't. You can't. And if you do, I don't know what you're watching. So Taylor needs to take responsibility for herself. Period. And I know a lot of y'all might be like, well, she shouldn't have to take... You're in Big Brother. If y'all ain't watch a season of Big Brother, you should already know the kinds of people you dealing with. You get the same type of people every freaking season. You should know the type of people that's in this house. You should know the drama that has been caused in this house. I think his name was Cody and Jessica. You should know how things go. So if you are a full plate of hot sauce, take some of that hot sauce off. Week 1, and you ain't HOH. Take some of that hot sauce off. Then Monty, then Paloma. Let me tell y'all, Paloma running the hell out this house. This first week, Paloma, that young ass woman is running all them people. All of them. And she in the back pocket of the HOH. So that's already a problem. Like, what? So that's why, and I think I'm done. I saw what Kylan wrote. I saw what Xavier wrote. I listened to the full hour of the Winner's Circle with Tiffany, Chana, and Azza. And, you know, the consensus it is what it is. Even Janelle spoke out. I don't know if Bailey said anything. Hell, Bailey is living in a mansion in Puerto Rico, and she's having a baby. She's having Swaggy's baby. So I'm pretty sure she, like, missed me with the Big Brother stuff. I ain't worried about none of it. You know what I'm saying? Big Brother got her that marriage. You know, she met Swaggy on Big Brother, and Swaggy is just an intelligent black man that knows how to make money out of America, out of the world, period. And he does it well. Okay, so shout out to Swaggy and Bailey for making it do what it do. You know, and I watched Devon's video. I don't know if I said that or not, but I listened to Devon's audio, and Devon is pretty much, so says her, done with Big Brother because of what she went through with Frank on Big Brother. And honestly, I don't remember that, but she said it even made it to air a little bit about what was going on. People are saying that the producers should intervene. You know, the ladies on the Winner's Circle don't agree with that. The ladies on the Winner's Circle says that the world should see how horrible these people are. And they don't want the producers to intervene, but they do want the producers to make sure that mentally Taylor is okay. If Taylor does go home this week, she's going to be received with a lot of love when she exits the house, which is great. But watching Taylor cry because she's alone, watching these people talk about her, watching these people ask her to try out her wardrobe, then to only be disgusted at the fact that she's trying out her wardrobe and she's confident in the fact that she's trying out her wardrobe and saying that this is her finale night look. And then Tiffany and Chana said that they did the same thing in the house, that they had their finale outfit look. And they said, look, this is my outfit for finale night. How are you bent out of shape about Taylor being so confident, but you're at Paloma sitting here having a conversation with Monty about you being the winner, and if you win, how you're going to split your check with the people, and how you're not going to, you find a loophole in the system of Big Brother to then go ahead and invest money into everyone else's business. How you gonna tell Taylor to her face after you done caused all these problems? You're gonna tell her to her face that no matter if she gets out of the house or not, there's still gonna be a family. It's 16 in the family. What? Are you serious? Are you serious? This little girl is running the whole house and ain't nobody the wiser. Ain't nobody the wiser. This little girl she's the new Nicole. I think Paloma is the new Nicole. My battery keeps stopping on me. And I want to know what y'all think.